just saying how good your hair looks today. Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
This is good light. We're in the, what is this called?
This is the rare books room.
So if they
or also the quiet study room.
So if they look like old books, that's not the case with all the books in the library. And we wanted to explain why we're nearly the same height today.
I'm actually a little taller.
Yeah, well, you insist on being short, so we have to figure out a way to make these videos. And so right now we're propping the camera up, and then you're standing on a stool like so.
A nice sturdy stool.
So that's what we're trying today. So I wanted to, so does this book look familiar? I'm going to show it to the audience. Or any of these. Or this saying.
No.
All right, look at that, people. She doesn't remember happy, happy, happy. And this, or any of these, there's 5 Duck Dynasty books here.
Well, they look familiar.
They look kind of familiar.
And when he said Duck Dynasty, I remembered the term. Okay.
Wait, we're out of the camera.
Do I need to go up on another
No,
step?
I can edit that.
Okay.
Dang it.
Okay.
Okay, so you remembered the term, but you don't remember Duck Dynasty, which was the biggest show
I
in
do
the
not
world
remember
for
the show.
like 5 or 6 years, and we used to watch it as a family. And this book in particular, you bought more or less for me.
Okay.
Because we were in Sam's Club, and you often buy books there for the library, and it was a legitimate book to buy for the library, and I was interested, so you bought it. I was the first reader of it.
Other people did read it, I'm
So
sure.
what's it? So Duck Dynasty was a nationwide phenomenon.
Yes.
And
Okay, from
you-
what you told me, but I brought home a new book by Phil Robertson, and that's why this conversation came up. It's a
And
brand new book, but I didn't know who he was.
So this is a good illustration of what early stage dementia is like, because you quote unquote should remember Duck Dynasty because it was huge. So what's it like to be told this was a huge thing? You participated in it by watching the shows, is what I mean, and you bought books. You bought all these, I mean, one way or another, you bought all these books.
Uh-huh.
And you don't remember that it was a thing.
No.
When you read the Phil Robertson book yesterday, you were saying, what are duck calls?
Yes, what are duck calls?
And you didn't remember.
He made a fortune on duck calls. I mean, I don't even, you go out into the swamp, I assume, and you make duck calls with your voice. How do you turn that into
Well, with
$1 million?
blowing into a duck call. And so he was a master of it, and you watched this on the show. They would show them in the duck call factory.
Okay. There is a factory?
Yeah, there's a factory
Okay.
in Louisiana, and it's a huge tourist area too because of the show.
All right.
Tourist attraction because of the show. So you don't remember any of this. So what's that feel like?
In some ways, it feels like nothing, just nothing, because I don't remember it. So
yeah,
there's
how would
nothing there.
you know something that used to be there but now isn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like in Vermont, where I come from, there's a joke about giving directions and saying, well, first you have to go down the road to where the old red barn used to be.
Yes.
And so you have no way of knowing what used to be there.
Right. Yes. No red barn.
And so what does it feel like when somebody tells you there used to be a red barn, or there used to be a huge phenomenon, Duck Dynasty, that in a way you were part of?
It does make me sad, but in a big part of that is that you said that the kids would watch it with us, and so we watched it as a family. And
It was hilarious. We laughed a lot.
and I don't remember. We'll have to, the next time the kids are home, we'll have to get the CD or something
But you know
online
what? You can
and
watch it. Yeah, you can watch it online now. You know,
Yeah, but when the kids are there, so I can remember that.
you know I think this often now. People say it's important to make memories, and of course it is.
Yeah.
But now, whenever I hear that phrase, make memories, I think, well, it's good to be able to make memories, but not all of us can keep them.
Mm-hmm. And I don't lose all memories. There are things that I remember. You know, there's a lot of things here at the library I'm able to do because maybe it's because I've done them for the past 15 years, the same things. So I don't have trouble here as much as...
Well, it's not just a lot of things. You can still do most things.
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise you couldn't keep your job. That's what's important for people to understand, that the library isn't keeping you on out of pity.
No.
It's because you're still, by far, the best person to run this library.
Thank you.
And that's at a fraction of your former self.
I keep up with Post-it notes. I'm well organized with folders. And my email that I get in, whenever I put things in my calendar, I copy and paste the whole email into my calendar, so when the date comes up, I know exactly what is expected.
You have all kinds of tricks.
Yes,
well, I'm proud
I do.
of you.
And I'm proud of you.
This turned into a whole podcast episode.